friends? Yeah. Alright, my friends, welcome to the first ever recorded video version of the Motivation Minute. I've been keeping up with the audio version, which is about 5 minutes long, and I do that through an app called Anchor, but then I distribute it through my other media outlets that I have. But it's things that I've been working on, being a little bit more comfortable with this kind of stuff, getting in front of the camera, creating content for the stuff that interests me. And hopefully, if you find some value in it, it can interest you, or you can show people that it interests. Today's the first episode where I break down why this even came about, some of the other things that I'm doing that made this all come about, but what it will hopefully evolve to, and what is the beginning of a long, fun journey with this kind of stuff, for sure. But, it all started with the emotional intelligence, in my opinion, of course. There's a lot of things you don't know, that you think you know, that you don't know. But one of them is, I guess, the biggest aspect, which is the only person that can lie to themselves is you. So, we went as a family, not as a family altogether, but individually. It started with my father. For example, he just released or got a video released of his becoming a citizen. That's just one of the few things that he's been working on since he began his journey when it came to growth. Whatever type of growth you may consider it, it is something that's changed him completely in whatever he did. There was a rough patch between him and my mom, for example. I remember it vividly because it affected me emotionally at that time. But what I was able to see is that he and her had, like I mentioned, a rough patch. They went certain ways, things happened, but this is what I saw. He came back more willing to change and be a different person. My mom, in my opinion, was already not necessarily full cup, but she was on her way and a lot more in tune with those emotions and who she was. And she knew what she does is extremely valuable, and nobody else can provide what she provides. So she was a little bit more, I feel, advanced in that. My father was a lot more closed off when it came to all these things. So with that emotional intelligence class came reading, came the second step, which was that once I picked up a book, it changed my life completely. But it started with them too. So he made that change completely. He now, like I mentioned, takes care of himself. He started doing certain things in his aspects. So I guess I see that more so as a bigger effort on his part, because again, she was and is still the same person. She just needs to develop the outer skills like speaking in public, which she's already working on, and things like that, of course, and this is my opinion, but she's working on those things. She's getting to that level, but she's always been the badass that I know of. She can do anything. She can cook, clean, you name it. She has a project, she has an idea, she can make it happen. I remember a lot of the projects she used to do and things that she would do with her hands, I'd never see my dad do. So she is on her way as well, and I'm hopefully helping her with that and with all things that I'm going to be talking about, for example, in this. So they built a better team. They continue to build a better team, and that rubbed off on me, which then rubbed off on my sister, which then rubbed off on my brother, who is still in the aspects of finishing those things. But those are things that in the family that I might share later on in this podcast, and things that are going on with, and why, again, we push ourselves to this level and to these things. But it rubbed off on me. I started my journey with reading. Reading was something that really, really changed and opened up my eyes. I couldn't believe that I hadn't been seeing that type of information this late in my life. It was just mind-blowing. I mean, it's like, I guess, what people feel watching a TV show is like it's crazy. It's like, oh my gosh, I cannot believe that happened. But that's what that book did for me back at that time when I first read it. And now it's been a roller coaster of those things, of continuing to work on those things. It's a never-ending process, but nevertheless, that process began for me about 4 years ago in developing things that I knew were never going to be given to me if I didn't go and get them. Businesses, ideas, freedom, free time. So I learned a lot of things up until this time because of those experiences, because of jobs, because of doing other things. So one of them was giving value. And during that time when I took my emotional intelligence class, I was running a workout for my friends. At first I was trying to do it for business and for profit, but it's not that I'm not trying to eventually get to that level. However, right now I'm trying to give out value. I give the class for free every Saturday, and that created what I call Juntos. Juntos happens to be that I read it in a book. Benjamin Franklin came back, or when he was a younger man, he was obviously very, very intelligent. I don't know any other aspects of him other than that. I've read very deep into him, but what I read was this, that he created a group called Junto. It was the Latin word for it, which obviously in Spanish juntos means together, but what he would do is find new ideas, people coming into the city that were different, that had new businesses or the views on things. So he would gather these gentlemen. Now it can be anybody, it's a power, it's a team, but you made each other better by going to this. So if they knew of a business that was just coming into town, they would try to go and see it together and see how it was working, how they can break it up, how they could break it down, how they can include it to their things, and together they would get better. So Juntos was born, which was the main step as to this main step, or this next step, which is the media aspect and creating motivational minutes, which is the podcast for Juntos and the things that are going on with it. Of course, with more of the talking in context of things like this. But back to the main thing, because of that emotional intelligence class and the reading, because of that class and the focusing and the urgency to understand that life is going by really quick, and if you don't take advantage of the things that you have, they will disappear and you will not have those advantages. That emotional intelligence class started me with a roller coaster of how I felt and what I wanted to do. And I still don't know what I want to do. But Juntos is my life project, which is going to last me forever. It's something that I like doing. At the moment, currently, it's a free workout class in order to take care of the body. Because if you can push yourself to that limit with the body, you can push yourself to any business aspect, goals, dreams, whatever ideas you may have. But the physical one, the one that we fear the most, the only one that we have fear is the fear of the pain, of bodily harm, bodily pain. And if you willingly go and put yourself through that, why can't you willingly go put yourself through other things that you know you want to do? Now is the time and age and the best time to take advantage of those things. So Juntos is my life project at the moment. It's what I mentioned just at workout. We had a reading club that was bringing together other people as well with different ideas. We started it with all reading the same book and talking about it, but then it evolved to everybody bringing their own book and sharing small excerpts of what they read within the time frame that we would set. Obviously, again, these are excuses and things changed, but we're no longer renting that facility, so we don't host it there anymore. We just have the free workout. So it's in the rebuild process, but it's something that I'm never going to give up. And that's what created this avenue in this window, which is my motivation minutes aspect of it. But the emotional intelligence and its class is what led me to get into Juntos and allowed me to see that I can help other people on a different level. And eventually it all comes back. But that is a big one. And now my biggest patrons are my mom and dad. They come to every workout every Saturday. When he's not working and traveling, he's there every Saturday. It's only a few weeks during the year that he's gone due to his job, but he's there every day. He's very committed to being that, and that pushes my mom, and my mom pushes him, and they are a great team. So it's rubbed off onto us to be these people and grow up with these ideas. But it started with them, which then rolled into the Juntos. And then another thing that I wanted to touch base on is the three things that I was going to touch base with today, which were the emotional intelligence, the Juntos creation, and then the I am declarations that I currently have on my bed. Those are things that I want to use with this aspect as well. I mean, the I am is just a declaration that I have above my bed. It's a sign that shows me and tells me that I am whatever word I'm going to put after that. You can take it one of two ways, and the latter way for me is choosing a new word that motivates me or puts me in a mood, knowing that I have to live out that word or try to be there. And even if it never comes up all day, it's in my subconscious somewhere. It's in the aspect of my mind that I want it to be in. So it helps me get going. It makes a declaration. I post it every other day on purpose because when it flashes on your screen, even if it's for 3 seconds, your mind probably read the I am and then whatever word is there. So it rubs off on that person as well, whoever happens to scroll through it. But it is just something that the Motivation Minute is about as well. Giving back in that aspect. The Juntos, the emotional intelligence that I've learned that's gotten me to this step, and the I am declarations, which are something that's kept me consistent with the things that I want to do. They're not superpowers, they're not cheat codes, they are long processes, but they're processes that I would rather have and rather start. I appreciate you guys listening this far into the Motivation Minute. I hope you guys subscribe to this podcast. It's going to be, like I mentioned, on the video aspect. I'm going to be very consistent with it. I still, I guess, don't have a schedule on it. Wednesday is going to be a good day. Tuesday, there's a lot of things that you can follow, but the main ones that I would like you to reach out to right now is the Motivation Minute. That's going to have information on things like this. The Instagram is the one that's going to have the best, but you can also follow me personally, Gabriel Trujillo, but with the 0 at the end instead of an O, which is right here. You're going to find it somewhere in this screen right now. And to all the other stuff that I got going on, I'm trying to give out this value, and there's a lot of content that you can find that you might like. I'm making a cooking show with my mother. I'm helping her develop the skills of being very fluent on the camera. She just second guesses herself when it comes to saying the word because she knows it, but she's like, what am I gonna say, or what am I trying to say? I don't know what she's trying to say, but she knows what she's trying to say. So we're working in that. She's very big on the aspect of the brain. Again, a very big power player, power hitter in my life, so mentor in my life. So she is somebody that I'm helping develop the skills of getting these type of things out so that she can develop them. But again, any questions, concerns, comments, other things that you may want to talk about, I'm here. Send and leave your comments. They're all valuable. I appreciate them all, and it's just going to help us grow. I really want to grow from helping other people, and I know that that's the only way. I can't charge for anything that I haven't lived or I'm not living, but I want to live these experiences, and I appreciate you guys and your time. Don't forget to tune in, subscribe, and send your questions. Peace.